I hope your day is full of ghosts and surveys and shopping trips. Guys, we have an amazing episode of Shenk for you this week with the one, the only Jessimae Peluso. But before we get into this week's episode of Shenk with Jessimae, there's just a few things I want to tell you. One, I am coming to the Brea Improv, and I'm coming to the Oxnard Improv, and I am coming to San Diego with Kim Congdon May 14th, 15th, 16th. Get tickets. They're all available in my link tree in my bio on my Instagram. So they should be easy to see. And Josh Potter's featuring on the Oxnard and Brea shows. So get tickets. It's going to be a really fun lineup. And then I have a new show. It's called Shenk on the Street. I'm doing that with Jam in the Van. You can see that here on my YouTube page. The first episode just premiered on Monday. So really excited about that. We have some really exciting things that we're doing and more episodes of that coming soon. So I hope you guys like it. Check it out. And thanks for supporting the podcast and tuning in every week. Patreon.com/Sara Weinshenk for bonus content. And let's do it. Let's get into this week's episode of Shenk with the one, the only Jessimae Peluso. Guys, here it is.
We look cute. Hold on. It's all about social media.
It is.
I always forget to do this when I'm working with you, like doing podcasts. Wait, here, I'm coming on you.
Okay. Should I act like I know what's happening? You know what I mean? Like the whole time I was like,
we never do any of this shit.
Yeah, we should.
Wait. There's people do the action.
What's the action?
I don't know, just like coming into frame.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm still in Boomerang.
Oh, that's a good idea.
The boomerang. No, because the young people make fun of the millennials for doing boomerangs.
Oh, come on.
And I'm doing it. I'm out there doing this still. I'm still out there doing this.
We can't do boomerangs?
No, we can't do boomerangs. They call us old.
Fuck them. Honestly.
Well, I've been doing a little too many now that I've known, and I've chosen not to care.
What are your like boomerang poses? What?
They're embarrassing. They're like my mirror photo. Like, you know, do you have a mirror face?
Yeah, you know, like just the sound of me tucking my shirt in. A mirror
ASMR
face
for people.
like a thing where you like the
when you're looking in the mirror.
Yeah. Oh, like, I see what you're saying.
I'm a different person when I look in the mirror.
Right.
And I never realized it until I dated this one guy, and he would catch me looking in the mirror, and I would feel really embarrassed because he would say that I just went full blue steel. So every time I would do it, he'd go blue steel, and then I realized that I was doing it all the time. Like I was
regular life, just doing it.
Just regular life, looking in the mirror. Whenever I look in the mirror, I would do this weird face.
I think that's normal. I think it'd be normal if you looked in the mirror, especially because we're probably putting on makeup and stuff. We have to do stuff to our face. Not have to, but society's kind of forced us to, so we don't feel like the creature from The Substance when it goes bad.
Yeah.
So I think it's normal to make a face. Otherwise, you're just deadpan while you're putting on.
No, but the faces that I make are so embarrassing.
What are they?
It's like, I think I'm someone else, dude. I'm in character completely. In my mind, I'm shooting for Vogue, okay? I'm so mentally ill. I go to another place, I'm like...
Yeah, but feeling yourself, that's just feeling yourself.
But
like,
I think it's all just like... It's all charade. To make myself feel okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm in the mirror... Yeah, the mirror can be a foe or a friend in 2020.
Oh, the lighting. Like, sometimes I'm like, what is on my face?
Well, sometimes...
What's picking up all these chunks on my face?
What about when you go, okay, if you go try on clothes in a fitting room and the lighting in there is fluorescent?
The fitting room lighting is similar to a morgue, and I don't understand.
I don't understand,
Why don't they
right?
make good lighting?
Why? Don't you want people to buy things?
Yeah, soft lighting and dark.
Soft lighting.
I don't need... why is your whole ceiling a light?
No, exactly.
The whole ceiling in a fitting room is light.
I don't need to see everything that's on my leg.
No, and why? I swear the fitting room mirrors, like my butt looks different.
Everything looks different. It's invasive and it feels surgical.
And also, people don't talk enough about what goes on in fitting rooms. Because, we always like to make fun of men, but women are disgusting in fitting rooms.
In what way?
They poop in bags.
No.
I used to work at H&M and on the women's side, and I'm telling you, what women would do in there
Shit?
Vile.
A woman
Pee,
shat
poop,
in the fitting room?
vomit. It's like they must. The only thing I could think is that they were from out of town and didn't know how to read and thought it was a bathroom without toilets or a sink or anything that bathrooms have.
No.
Just like we made a bathroom and forgot all the bathroom stuff. And they're like, well, I guess this is where I go.
Well, I feel like there are people also in the bathroom, in the fitting rooms who are like, they just take a bunch of shit and they have no intention of buying any of it.
Oh, yeah.
And then you spend like, I don't know, your life hanging it all back up.
Absolutely. And then you got to take the clothes that people have, taken off their body to put on the new stuff. You got to hang their home clothes on a hanger and be like, well, I guess we have a Baby Gap shirt here at H&M now.
That's crazy. Well, let's officially start the podcast. What's up, everyone? I'm Shenk. Welcome back to another episode of Shenk with the one, the only comedian Jessimae Peluso, everyone.
We match.
We're
in denim. Together we're double denim.
Unintentionally matching.
I feel like that's happened a few times with our outfit vibes.
We're on the same frequency. I don't know what to tell you.
It's just what it is.
So what's been going on? You were in Poland?
I was in Poland. It's so gray there.
It's
so
How long
gray.
were you in Poland for?
Like 10 days with the USO.
Was it fun?
It's always fun with the USO because you get to entertain the troops and it feels good.
Yeah.
These are men and women that are overseas and away from everything they love. Mm-hmm. Like think about all the stuff you use in a day, your products, your snacks, the people you enjoy. You don't have any of that. Like imagine not having anything.
With no CeraVe moisturizers, what you're telling me.
I do. I'm in Poland.
I'm not going to be happy. Here's the thing.
I don't have my Peter Thomas Roth eye patches.
Yeah, no.
I need to go home.
I need to go home early.
So the USO is great about just bringing a little bit of joy and home to them. So it was great. They have this thing called, what do they call them? We drove around. We drove to each base. Every day there was a new show. And a lot of forest. It's very foresty there, Very
That's cool.
A lot of trees. A little creepy because it's gray. A lot of Polish trees.
Okay.
They have this thing called forest fairies.
Okay, I'm back on board. We love forest fairies.
Were you off board when we started talking about Poland? You're like, not Poland.
I was like, Poland might not be for me because you keep describing it as being gloomy. But then when you said
very gloomy
forest fairies, go on.
Take a guess at what you think they are, just without me saying anything.
Winged creatures that live in the forest, in a tree or something.
It's close. They're prostitutes.
That's what they're called?
Forest fairies. They sit on lawn chairs.
They're called forest fairies?
Forest fairies.
I like the name.
It sounds mystical.
It sounds mystical, magical,
beautiful.
Whimsical.
Very just.
I want to be a forest fairy.
You can.
You know what I mean?
You can. They're out there bringing joy to Polish men that are driving trucks in between.
I was picturing a winged creature, dude.
A winged creature. Well, wings in the sense that they make men feel like they're flying. Truly.
I thought you were taking me down a more whimsical path.
Well, I feel
like
prostitution.
It led back to prostitution.
It could be whimsical.
It could be.
And they sit on lawn chairs.
That's also throwing me off.
So the story goes that these women, forest fairies, will...
Okay.
I guess the pimp will have them all and drop them off.
What's his name? Like the king elf?
Probably the warlock.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to go with like the forest warlock.
Okay.
Yeah. And he must drop them off in different locations because they're in the middle of like a desolate part of Poland in between towns.
And
sitting on the lawn chair.
And it's cloudy out?
Cloudy out. There's not even a table next to her.
What are they wearing? Sultry outfits?
Well, Polish prostitute outfits.
What are Polish prostitute
Just to let your mind wander. Probably a lot of yarn.
A lot of yarn?
Probably knit. Probably something knitty.
A lot of crochet happening?
Probably some crochet happening. They do wear stockings.
Okay.
They are wearing stockings.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a thing. But it's cold in Poland.
They're just Polish, like on a lawn somewhere?
Not on the lawn, on a lawn chair.
On a lawn chair where?
In the middle of the forest on the side of the highway.
No, that's
on
why.
The side of the highway, just chilling there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and did he find a photo? Did you actually find?
Is my TV not on, guys? I've been trying
No,
to
the
pull
TV's
stuff.
not on.
Guys, I'm so sorry.
I was like, it looked like you had a photo. I was so exhausted. Do you want to figure out your TV?
No, just keep.
Okay.
I got you.
I was so tired because we had shows each day in a different city. So,
Oh, yeah. That's a
traveling,
lot.
packing, getting up, unpacking, all that. So when we would drive in between the cities, I was struggling to stay awake because I wanted to spot a forest fairy.
Yeah,
Is that one of them?
That's 2 of them.
So these are the like.
They look like nice
Look,
girls.
Look. They look like girls that go clubbing in the 90s.
Oh my God.
And that's the thing about Polish women, like they wear there's just speckles of bright color. Now see, these ladies might,
Dude, I might wear that.
they don't have
To
lawn
CVS.
chairs. I don't see their lawn chairs, so maybe it's tucked in the woods. But they are just on the side of the road, and men pick them up. They do their thing, drop them
don't
off at a different
know.
forest location.
What if you I feel like I wouldn't want to be a prostitute next to the woods.
I feel like I wouldn't want to be a prostitute in Poland.
Yeah, next to the cold Polish woods. I feel like that's an easy way to get killed.
By
Sorry to
a
take it to a
creature.
dark place.
It's
but
the beginning of a horror film.
it is.
It's the beginning of a new Ari Aster horror film. By the way, this should be a horror film. It's a real thing. So I never got to spot one. I was so mad. I'm like, please wake
didn't get
me.
to see one?
No, I fell asleep in the car between every city we were driving to, and I told Colleen, I'm calling you out.
Yeah, call her out.
Colleen was a wild. She drove. We caught air a few times. We were in a van driving around Poland. This lady caught air a couple times. We were like airborne in this
No.
van. And I said, Colleen, I'm gonna fall asleep, but if you don't wake me up for a forest fairy, we're gonna have problems. I fell asleep. She said, I think I saw one. I said, Colleen, you do not follow orders very well, and we're in the military.
Yeah. Call her out, dude.
How are you not following orders?
So she saw a fairy, didn't even let a homie
Kept it to
know.
herself. I don't even know if she didn't pick her up. I'm a deep sleeper.
Are you?
I'm a very deep sleeper.
Can you sleep just on planes instantly?
I can sleep anywhere.
I can sleep on planes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a skill you have to develop if you get into traveling for work.
it is. But also, I don't know. The last couple times I was a little stoned at takeoff and I
No.
started getting confused. I started feeling like maybe this plane is a little flimsy and I don't trust it.
Oh, you got a little
Have you been
paranoid?
a little paranoid lately with flying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, this turbulence? Is this just normal turbulence?
This is not normal. The turbulence
This
now is
it's
not normal.
turbulence.
No, it's like turbulence that took creatine and watched every single Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah,
and
like, why does every flight I take have heavy turbulence?
it's very aggressive.
There's something going on.
Mother Nature ain't happy. There's more pockets of air.
I start praying.
Everyone's starting to pray.
I started blessing myself. Catholic school comes into play suddenly. I'm religious.
I'm
I'm apologizing to Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and my family
I'm
in my prayers.
reintroducing myself. I'm just saying, hi, God. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I hate to meet you under these conditions.
Yeah.
Could really use a little bit of your help. Everyone's
I haven't checked in a while.
Never have I ever checked in, but there might be something to this because everyone else is holding their hands together, and I am drinking wine because they served wine at 10 a.m. So that's on you because you kind of turned water into
That's
it.
the other thing. You start the airport life. You're like, I will have a Bloody Mary at 11 a.m.
I might not make it to Fort Worth.
Yeah, I know. And there's always people drinking heavily at the airport.
Yeah, the airport's interesting because it's a place where time doesn't exist,
Yeah.
and it's a playground for alcoholics.
It really is.
Yeah,
You
it
see
can be
people getting
dangerous.
like a breakfast burrito and like an IPA.
Right, and the
you're like,
breakfast burrito is the IPA.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no
exactly.
burrito.
There is no burrito.
No, but when I was landing in Kansas City and the turbulence was so aggressive, the plane, I don't know if you've ever had this happen. And, I've been traveling. You've been traveling for a long time,
Yeah.
too. I've been traveling for 20 years doing comedy. I've never had a plane do this ever. It went down to land in Kansas City, and then it had to accelerate and come back up. Then it did it again. It went down, circled, went down, had to accelerate and come back up again.
But why?
They don't even, and this is the thing, just tell me. Like, it's like, even when I'm in a relationship, it's going bad, like, just tell me, like, what's the problem? Don't hide it from me, because I know we're going down.
And then we're coming back up.
And then we're coming back up. Like, what? And so then we do it a third time, and they're like, folks, we might have to go to a different airport. Why don't we do that after the first time?
I don't know.
How many times do you need to know that the plane doesn't want to go down?
No, it's scary.
It tells me you're not listening. You probably don't listen to your wife.
I got also into a fight with a flight attendant. And I had
About
to
what?
check myself because I was like, I don't want to be banned from Delta.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, it wasn't Delta. That's why there was a problem. I'm loyal
Tensions
to
are
Delta.
high. I am too.
This bitch wouldn't let me put my bag in the overhead compartment. And
Why?
she said, well, there's going to be other people with suitcases that are going to come in and they might need the overhead compartment. And I go, yeah, but I've never once put this bag underneath my feet. I don't know if it can fit under there. I travel all the time for work. You know, I got to board early. Can I please just put my bag up here? She's like, no. And then I was like, fine. I took it down and I put it underneath my feet. And I was like pissed off at her the whole time and like brooding. And then like an hour later, she came back and was like, you can put it in the overhead compartment now. And then I said, it's fine. I don't want to.
Everyone's tensions are high.
And I'm like, because I don't want to be the person that like freaks out on the wrong flight attendant and then I get banned.
There's
like,
so many
that's
rules.
such like a Larry David situation to have. Like, you just have a freak out at the wrong like part of the airport. I'm always afraid of that.
We're all afraid we're going to die in a plane.
TSA,
That's what's going on.
The TSA stuff too.
The TSA?
Some of them take themselves a little too seriously.
Yeah, it's like everything's getting through. I mean, that was getting through years ago. Remember they had that, they did that deep dive into the TSA and found that like 95% of the things got through. Like they didn't detect 95% of the things that they should have detected.
They detected my fucking Red Bull the other day.
They
They treated me like I was a criminal.
Your Red Bull?
Oh yeah, sugar-free Red Bull. I thought I was.
Why. It's not even the weed that's giving you anxiety. It's probably the Red Bull.
The Red Bull. I was saving it for when I land. I was gonna just drink it
land and then take off again.
Yeah, I just wanted my wings. They took it and they treated me like I was a real criminal. They're like, do you want to relinquish this or do you want to just go through security all over again?
Why is everything so dramatic?
I was like, I think I can relinquish the Red Bull. Thank you for
6
making me feel like a criminal.
They took my honey once and I was like, look at me. Obviously I eat honey. You think why can't I just take my honey? They took this lady's baby formula and I looked at her. She's just rolling her eyes. I'm like, are you a terrorist?
That's crazy.
Are you a terrorist?
That is crazy.
Tell us. It's just crazy. Like, I don't even understand. And then, now, tell me if am I a bad person? That should be a segment. Am I a bad person? One of the TSA agents was in a wheelchair.
Okay.
I'm not saying he or she can't do the job, but like, what if some stuff goes down?
No, you're not a bad person.
Like, what if there's an emergency? Then I thought I could probably hop on that wheelchair and we could wheel on out. It might be it's like a security person and escape route.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not a bad person.
No, you're not a bad person. You're just thinking of all the things that could possibly happen.
Don't you do that when you go to TSA to try and like, you start looking at people and
trying to figure out if they're shady?
Yeah.
I'm like, are they going to get through?
Right. The 80-year-old lady, you're like, what do you got in that bag?
Yeah, what do you have? And then also, I have a problem with the bin people. Okay, you're supposed to stack the bins after you're done.
Stack the bins. And also, can we maybe dip those in some vinegar?
Oh yeah.
They got some crunchy monkeys on them.
I had to stack like 6 bins because no one was doing their part, right? And I felt
aggressively?
Like, yeah. So I was like stacking them, and then I was like, my hands are probably so dirty right now.
Ew!
And then I went and washed my hands for like 5 minutes.
Right. Stop going through my toiletry bag. Clean your bins. There's like syphilis on them.
Yeah, clean the bins.
Don't worry about my creams. My face creams are fine. There's butt cream on this bin.
Yeah, dude. The bins are disgusting.
Traveling is so gross. It's
and
such a necessary
people
evil.
Want to exit the plane and it's not their turn, and that pisses me off too.
Yeah, like where do you think I'm gonna go? Oh, you got to get to your connection. What do you think I'm gonna do? I flew to the middle of the country to go eat at Chicago's pizzeria.
Yeah.
In the airport.
Yeah.
It's my connection too.
Yeah.
Guess what? We're all connecting.
Guess what? There's an order.
Right.
Yeah, no, I started getting like a little edgy.
Yeah, we're all getting a little edgy. I had a moment like that too, where I had a carry-on bag and a backpack and a small teeny, when I tell you teeny purse, I wish I brought it. It's like literally this big.
Yeah.
And it's like that thin.
Yeah.
A little teeny crossbody.
Yeah.
And a sandwich I had bought in the airport.
Yeah.
I go up to check into the gate. He goes, ma'am, you have way too much. I said, tell me something I don't know.
No, no, you didn't.
He's like, you have way too much. I was like, wait, too much of what? Luggage. I said, babe, what are you talking about? I got a sandwich.
Yeah.
That I bought from your airport.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the math is mathing.
Yeah.
I also have a wheeler and a backpack.
Yeah.
What else? He's like, ma'am, there's too much going on here. I said, why don't we get specific? Because you're being a little general.
You
need
said
to
that?
be. Yeah, I was like, let's get more specific.
Okay.
And then he kind of like rolls his eyes, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna lose. I was like you. I'm like, this person is gonna make me lose my cool, and I never lose my cool.
I do not want to be banned from traveling.
I don't want to be banned from traveling.
So, but I'm just like, sometimes they're power tripping so hard, dude. So then what?
Well,
what
this
happened?
is why you have to be careful. So they have, every airline has like passenger codes.
Yeah.
And so every airline has the ability to mark your passenger profile. And so if you get spicy or hot with a gate agent or with somebody at the TSA, you can have that put
What if
into
it was
your
a flight attendant?
Yeah, her too. So the gate agent,
I might have a little penalty.
you got to be careful because it's like passenger code or passenger profile. I only knew this because I asked some girl. I said, "What if somebody gets spicy?" She's like, "Oh, we know. We mark your profile, especially with Delta, because I'm loyal to Delta. So I'm getting spicy with this guy at the gate."
No.
And I'm like, "Oh, I have too much. This is ridiculous. I lose it." Passenger profile. There we go. So. That's right. Using trained security personnel to identify potential threats by observing behavioral indicators and asking questions. So they can also put like your behavior. So they can warn the person at the gate, can warn the flight attendants on the plane. 23B's coming down. She's got an attitude and way too much.
No.
So I'm kind of getting spicy with this guy. I lose my cool a little bit. And he's like, "Let me see your ticket again." And I'm like, "Why do you need my ticket?" He's like, "Let me just see your ticket." I'm like, "I'm not giving you my ticket. What do you need my ticket for?"
No.
So he takes my ticket and fucking types something. I'm like, son of a bitch. I shouldn't fly when it's a certain time of my period cycle.
Oh my God. So he gave you a little write
Gave
up?
me a ding. And when I got on the plane, the lady served everybody around me but me.
No.
Yes. I'm not saying it was unfounded. I did catch an attitude, but the homeboy couldn't count.
Dude, that's fucked up. I might have gotten a ding too. Now I'm just finding out about it in real time.
I don't know how long it lasts though. I don't know if are we written into, is it on our passenger profile forever?
What, that you got a little sassy at the gate?
I want to mark his and be like, you can't count bags.
And now it's like, do we get to review our experience at Delta?
Yeah, you can.
I got to start doing those surveys.
The surveys, look, let me tell you.
Okay, I'm at the age where I just said out loud, I have to start doing those surveys.
I email for coupons. Like,
You
we're
do?
there. Yeah.
I'm doing surveys.
Yeah, we got to do surveys. You got to fill it out.
No.
I stay on the phone for the 5-minute survey.
I can't. If you're not doing a survey, it's so middle-aged of me to be doing a survey. What are you doing? I can't come out. I'm actually doing a survey right now.
You get like 10,000 miles though every time you do something.
You do?
Yeah, girl.
On Delta?
Girl.
I gotta start doing the surveys. I didn't know you get 10,000.
You got to start complaining. I'm not a Karen.
Yeah, right.
But
Now
I'm really not. I'm not. But I do believe in some justice, and I do believe in like, hey, if
I was wronged
I was wrong
by a Delta, change your attitudes.
change your attitude.
Delta, if you're watching, Big Delta, we're good customers. We're nice ladies.
Yeah, we are. And you know what? When your flight attendants have a bad day, I don't say nothing.
And guess what? When your flight attendants have a bad day, we all have a bad day.
We all have a bad day. I've got to fly to freaking Kansas in the middle of the winter.
Yeah.
I'm going to Poland. You know what's a great airline?
To entertain the troops. If she can do it, then you guys can just fake
on.
it till you make it.
I'm out here. I had to become a forest fairy because your flights are so expensive.
Yeah, dude. They are expensive. And then every time I fly a different airline, I regret it.
I know.
Do you feel like that?
Yeah, it's
because I'm like, I know it. It's all on my phone.
And you just got the points and you could treat it a little
Yeah.
nicer.
Yeah.
I can't. I go to, some other unnamed airline. I'm like, I don't feel like.
I don't feel so special.
It's like staying at a hotel in your hometown. You're like, I just want to go home.
Yeah.
It's not as comfortable.
Yeah. Have you stayed in some bad hotels on the road?
Girl, I stayed in this hotel in Alaska once, and it was in Whittier, Alaska, which is a town you have to drive through a mountain to get to. There's only one. There's only one road, and very dark and gray, kind of like Poland. And I stayed in this motel,
Okay.
legit motel. My door to my room opened to the street, like the parking lot.
No, I don't like that at all.
And the bathroom had one of those like flickering fluorescent lights, and you could hear the flicker. You know, it goes ting, 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 ting.
Yeah,
Like, why is the light making... I know light makes noise, but we just don't hear it.
Right.
When I hear it ping, ping to ting, ting, ting,
I'm scared.
is a ghost Morse coding me right now?
No, yeah. I wouldn't. Was it hard to sleep?
Hard to sleep. Hilarious. You thought I slept.
No.
I sat straight up in that bed all night. I said, there's something coming through the light.
No.
And I've seen poltergeists, and I'm not fucking
How many
around.
nights did you have to stay in it?
It was one night.
Okay.
But I was like, by the way, to the booker, I go, by the way, no girl ever wants to stay in a motel where the only door to her room opens to the fucking
you should
parking
tell
lot.
them. Yeah.
It's like, what is this? Okay, Corral?
Yeah, no, I've stayed in
year is
some weird ass places, dude.
I went to a all-inclusive in Dominican Republic once.
Yeah.
And it was, you walk in, you just kind of know. You're like, this is
Not
going to be
great.
This ain't going to be luxury.
Yeah.
This ain't the White Lotus.
Yeah.
This is the brown carnation.
Yeah. Yeah,
This
it
is
is.
going to be a different experience. We walk in, it just kind of smelled.
Weird.
Yeah, it's like a little moldy.
I
and
don't like it when there's a scent to the room.
I got to fix my boob because they're two different sizes right now.
Fix
So I got to even them out.
Yeah, that's your right.
We walked into the room. There was a bloody handprint in the bathroom. I was like, I hope this is decor. I hope this is this like Dominican Republic decor?
No.
Is this like...
Did you switch rooms?
We switched hotels. My girls were like, we'll just go to another room. I said, I'm leaving the country. You want to go to another room? I'm going to Aruba.
I'm going to a room where there wasn't fresh death on the wall.
Yeah, see, that's where I just have a standard. And so I don't...
Yeah, you don't settle.
I don't settle.
Fresh blood is the reason to switch.
Fresh blood?
Yeah, that's a reason to switch.
And my girlfriend's like, maybe it's a mosquito. I said, from where? From Jurassic Park?
No.
What mosquito have you ever seen in your life that's this big? With a hand?
That's so crazy.
What, did it just bite Shaquille O'Neal?
I don't like that at all.
It was horrific.
So you switch hotels.
Yeah, we left.
That's crazy.
It
I
was
stayed
so
at
bad.
a place where it was like an Airbnb in Humboldt. And
wow.
the lady whose Airbnb it was also like this like weird swinger, like this weird hippie swinger that was like kind of old and like kind of too sexual.
Ooh.
And she's like, "Do you want to smoke a blunt?" And we were smoking blunts. And then
And you said yes.
I said yes. I was like, "Yeah, we'll smoke a blunt."
This weird lady's trying to fuck me. Yeah, I'll smoke a
I
blunt.
didn't realize how weird she was until after the blunt.
That's how they get you.
And then all of a sudden I'm just like stoned. I'm like, all right, well, I think I got to go to bed now. So do I just check into the Airbnb or what? And she's like, yeah, so let me show you the place. And she's like, we have these LED lights for our sex parties here. And I was like, the whole time I was looking at the couch being like, is there cum on the couch? It looks like there could potentially be cum on the couch. And I was like walking around in socks and towels and I was afraid to touch anything. And I was just freaked out the entire time. And I had to spend 2 nights there. I slept on a towel on top of the
Ew.
sheets.
Like the towel's any better.
I don't know.
Like what's no one's using the towel.
She was like this like real like hippie lady that was like way too excited about telling me about her sex parties.
Is there
And then I
anything...
couldn't look at any of the Airbnb the same. Everything looked dirty. Everything looked cummy.
Ew.
The refrigerator had like 45 different stickers on it.
What-
The refrigerator looked high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like, what's happening?
Is there anything more horrific than an Airbnb host showing you the place? Hey,
No,
I'm
hey,
good.
Kick rocks. I don't want to see you ever. Just tell me like what I need to do to get the key. I'll respect your rules and just leave me the fuck alone.
I don't even want to see your face.
I don't want you to check in.
I don't want you to be near.
No.
Bye.
Or sometimes when like it'll be next to the person who
Yes.
that
You have
also
to read the
stresses.
fine print to know what you're getting into.
Okay, one time have you ever gotten marked down on Airbnb?
Got a markdown?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Like
well,
a discount?
I got in trouble.
Oh, like
with
like a
Airbnb
passenger
host.
profile?
Yeah, yeah. Has that happened to you?
No.
Okay, so I went to Hawaii with Kim and we had like this
Say
nice
less.
Airbnb. We
Okay,
had like
that
this
makes sense.
nice Airbnb and we had like a few guys over that we met like out. We did like some river tour and then we had these guys over after the river tour and we were all like drinking and hanging out. It was a pretty like benign night, but one of them, he was not even fat. He just sat in a chair and the whole chair just collapsed. It broke into like a million little pieces. And then I was like, what do we do? And we didn't take a picture of it or anything. I was like, maybe we should just throw out the whole chair because it's not like she can fix it. Like
Right.
the way that it broke was so insane that like, let's just throw away the whole chair and maybe she won't notice. Kim's like, she's going to notice that a whole chair isn't there. And I was like, well, I doubt it. And if she does, we'll tell her that it broke because that's what happened. We're not going to keep the chair pieces. And Kim's like, yeah, okay, let's just throw out the chair. So we throw out the chair and then I check out. And then the next day I get a message being like, hey, we're short a chair. Do you know where it is?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, the chair actually broke. Like, well, do you have any pictures of the chair breaking? I was like, no, I didn't think to take a picture of the broken chair. And she was like, and then in my write-up, she said that I broke it. I stole her furniture. And I was like, I didn't steal your furniture, bitch. Your chair broke.
That's very dramatic.
I didn't steal your one chair. What do you think? I'm going to fly back to LA with your chair?
It's a very dramatic way to say something broke. You stole a chair.
She said that I stole a chair. So now in my profile, it says that I'm a chair thief. And so now people on Airbnb have passed on me before. Because they think I'm a chair thief.
She fucked up your rating.
She fucked up my Airbnb rating.
Have you considered...
The chairs are too nice for her to stay.
Dude.
Maybe she had nicer chairs. This wouldn't be a problem.
That's what I said. I said, you know what? You should look at the other 3 chairs because the guy that sat in that chair, he wasn't even fat. And the whole chair collapsed. So this is really a you problem, not a me problem. I would look into the make of those chairs, their liabilities, and someone can get hurt.
You could have sued her.
I could have sued you for that broken chair, bitch, but I
Right.
didn't.
Because
I'm a class act.
It went right up your butt. Piece
I'm
of
a
wood went
class
up my
act.
butt.
I don't have the time to legislate.
Legislate.
Isn't that what it is? I'm too tired. I can't carve out time to sue the Airbnb host, dude.
Oh, Airbnbs are creepy, man. They are creepy, especially when the people live nearby.
I know. And then I'm like, is there a camera? Is there not a camera?
I've been staying at Airbnbs for so long. For sure there were cameras. Because all those stories came out like recently. Like the past 5 years, right?
Yeah.
For sure there were cameras.
But if I'm Airbnb my place, do I have a camera?
Yeah.
At least a ring
At least on
one.
the outside. On the exterior so you know who's coming through.
Outdoor cameras, yeah. Oh, okay, noise decibel monitor. I stayed at a place that had that, and it said if you keep the decibels under 10 or something, we're like, how do we know what 10 decibels is or whatever?
I'll tell you one thing. I'm Sicilian. Nothing is under 10 decibels.
That's crazy.
That's it.
And also, I don't want audio rules.
Yeah.
How about that?
Wait, what is this? Is this like the airspace around the Pentagon?
Did you ever have parties and not tell your parents at their house? Or no?
Yes.
I was too afraid.
During the day. My parents would be at work and we'd party during the day.
You would?
Yeah, we
like, how
just-
many people?
Like 5 of us just sitting at the kitchen table, drinking all the liquor and replacing it with water.
And then do they notice?
Oh, for sure.
Did they say
my
anything?
mom was so cool about catching me off guard.
Yeah.
The way she would like tell me that she knew something.
Yeah.
She wouldn't make it a big to do.
See, that's powerful.
She'd do it. She'd tuck it in the middle of us just hanging out. She'd be like, "Oh yeah, you want to go get some clothes?" You know, she'd be like, take me out shopping. Well, let's go get you some clothes. Okay, I'm gonna go get some clothes.
Yeah.
Then she'd be like this shirt. So what happened to my bottle of vodka? I'd be like,
Oh, shit. She, like, sandwiched it in the
sandwich it.
fun of, like,
yeah, a fun mother-daughter outing, like some sort of Russian spy.
no.
Yeah, rude,
That's
Nancy.
Genius.
Yeah.
Actually genius.
So genius.
My mom, I know when there's a problem immediately.
Why?
She makes it known. She'll be like, I'm not happy. I'm like, I know. I'm sorry. I can tell.
I took all your money. I know. From the
I
tin
know.
can that you
Yeah.
thought I didn't know there was money in.
Dude, whenever my mom gets pissed, she says that she's going to go on a drive. I never really understood it, but it does make sense. Like, sometimes, like, if I get annoyed and I go on a drive, it does make me feel better.
Yeah, like, it's like,
It's like, I'm going to listen to sad music and feel bad for myself for a minute.
right, and you're doing something where you have second nature, you know how to drive, and it kind of calms you.
Yeah, it's like an infant or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like an automatic.
like soothing.
yeah,
I'm gonna go
exactly.
out for a drive. Anytime
go for
she
a
says she's
drive.
gonna go for a drive, I'm like, oh shit's fucked.
I feel like there's probably been a bunch of dads who've said that and just never came back.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for a drive, honey.
Yeah, I'm going down to the liquor store and get some milk. Is that where you get milk? Just never comes
Yeah.
back home. Dad left for milk at the liquor store.
Dad left for milk at the
He
liquor store.
gone.
That's it.
He ain't coming back.
No.
Dad's gone forever. Yeah, my mom would definitely take space.
Take space.
Yeah, she would need to be like away. Just I don't want to see you right now.
And that's how you know. When they don't want to see you and they birthed you.
I'm like, God, I'm invisible now.
I don't like that.
Did I just die?
I'm like so annoying. If my mom's annoyed with me, I'm like, are you annoyed with me? How could you be annoyed with me?
Right, I'm the cutest thing that's ever came
I'm
out
like,
of you.
I don't get it.
And I have a sister, and I'm still the cutest thing that came
I
out
know,
of you.
what's happening?
My mom used to use a yardstick to discipline us.
She did?
Yeah, that's 3 rulers.
She'd hit you with it?
Yeah.
Hard?
She didn't have to hit us many times because she kept it in one place consistently. And the door to the stairwell where it hung had a very particular noise.
Yeah.
And so she was sneaky with her discipline. You know, so you'd be doing something bad and you wouldn't know you were getting disciplined until you heard that door open. And you'd be like, oh, damn, Nancy's grabbing the yardstick.
Pavlovian response
Yeah,
to the
like,
yardstick.
My sister and I would just like go and we run upstairs and get under our beds like Nancy didn't know.
No.
She used it a couple times.
I got spanked.
We should get spanked. These parents that are like, it's abuse. You know what's going to be more abusive? Your undisciplined child when he's 50 is going to be more reckless. Your dusty, undiagnosed son that you didn't fucking discipline.
Your undiagnosed son.
That's my favorite term of the year. Your dusty, undiagnosed son.
No, I love that.
We have a couple of those in our past, you know?
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. They're like, they're literally like weeds.
Yeah.
And you get tricked. You're like, oh my God, that's such a pretty flower. And then you like put it in a vase and then you're like,
another dusty, undiagnosed son.
another dusty, undiagnosed son in my beautiful vase in my kitchen. Got me again.
Oh my God.
No more. No more.
Yeah, they're out
No
here.
more. There's so many of them.
They're like little weeds.
They're like little weeds and they sneak up on you.
I know.
And like everyone talks about the term narcissist. I didn't know it was a real thing.
Yeah, it's a real thing, dude. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And before you know it, like it takes you a minute to see the pattern. Then you're like, ruh-roh.
And then you're like, oh, wait, he actually is a narcissist.
Yeah,
and then if you look at this, like the things that make up a narcissist, you're like 9 out of 10 of those things he is.
It happened every day.
Yeah. yeah.
And this is not to say, you know, anyone can be a narcissist, but it's just like,
well, it is weird when it's a man sometimes.
yeah, it's like, aren't you good? Like, do you also need to be a narcissist? You're a guy.
Yeah.
Like, do you also need narcissism?
Yeah.
Well, narcissism is different. We all have an element of narcissism.
Yeah.
But narcissists, like, are an illness. They're energetic vampires.
Yeah.
And your body will break down.
Yeah.
You will lose electrolytes. You'll lose hemoglobin.
Yeah, you'll lose part of yourself.
Part of yourself, bone density, hair.
Bone density. Oh, I'm sad you brought bone density into it. I don't want osteoporosis.
Narcissists cause osteoporosis.
Are you guys hearing this? Narcissists cause early onset osteoporosis. People are tuning in for medical advice here.
Early onset
Osteoporosis.
It's a real thing. From my lips to God's ears.
Dude,
You just have to keep your soul. You have to keep your soul protected, and you have to just know what your worth is and keep moving.
Because they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. And let me tell you, any girl that's listening, you're not gonna fix them. You're not gonna fix them.
Yeah.
There's no fixing. There's no amount of Elmer's motherfucking
But
glue.
there are so many guys that I was like, but if only I could fix this and this.
Yeah.
And then my therapist would be like, you can't fix these broken men.
No,
It's not your job.
No,
And
it's not your job.
I was like, oh, it's not?
Right.
I was like, wait, record scratch, it's not?
And then you see all these chill girls that are knitting, and you're like, oh, I should just pick up knitting.
Yeah.
I should just knit. I just need a project.
Yeah.
Just like start gluing macaroni to a plate.
Dude, or making a necklace.
Make a friendship bracelet.
Crafts.
Do arts and crafts.
How come we can't do arts and crafts late in life?
Girl, I do.
You do?
Yeah, I go to pottery. Have you ever been to pottery?
No.
We should go.
Yeah, we should go.
You get high and you make coffee mugs.
Yeah, I feel like that's very ghost.
I would come up
Demi
behind you. You could be Patrick Swayze. We'll switch off.
Okay, cool.
I'll be Demi, you be Patrick, and then we'll switch.
Yeah, let's do that.
That would be a lot of fun. They've got a couple locations, but you just get stoned and you make pottery, and it's the greatest thing.
guess I'm like need hobbies too. Now I'm realizing.
Hobbies are great. Hobbies are like,
What other hobbies do you have?
I like to paint. I like to write. But that kind of feels a little too close to what we do.
Yeah.
So painting is probably a little bit more
Fun. Like watercolor?
No, acrylic.
Oh, shit. What are you painting?
I like to look at something and then draw it. Like I can look at, like, I could do, look at that or look at you and paint it. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a skill I don't have.
It's something I don't do enough.
Can you dance?
I can dance. Can you?
Well?
Yes.
No, I can't.
I want to see you dance.
I can't dance.
I imagine Elaine for some reason.
Oh, what?
Elaine. I imagine Elaine because you
Very
just said you can't. Really? You can't?
No, I can't.
What are your hobbies?
Not dancing.
Okay.
And not singing really either. If I'm drunk, I'll do karaoke.
What's like your most ideal day? If you had a day to do whatever you wanted, no work, no pressure, no one to stress you out, what would you do? What's it look like?
I'm sleeping in.
Same.
I'm sleeping in till like maybe 12.
Yeah. Just sleeping.
Just sleeping. And then I'm getting a coffee, an expensive one.
Ooh.
I'm getting a $7 latte. Okay.
Yeah. Are you getting macadamia milk?
Maybe.
Right. When they have this fancy milk, you're like, what the fuck
depends.
nut is that?
Yeah.
Is that even a nut?
Mood, I might get a facial.
Ooh. That sounds nice.
And then I might go shopping.
Already your day is very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
It sucks.
No, everything is so expensive.
Everything is so expensive.
Someone
or
had
a hike. That's free.
Hike
I like
is
a hike.
nice. I do enjoy a hike. The only thing I don't like is all the LA vibe that's on a hike out here.
There's other hikes that aren't.
There's other hikes where people aren't blasting bachata on their
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth?
Like not like a Runyon hike.
Okay.
Like other hikes.
Non-influencer.
Yeah, not influencer hikes.
I almost might want to get lost type of hike.
Yeah.
Are there mountain lions?
Yeah, there can be.
I don't want MILFs on IG. I want mountain lions.
Yes.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Nature.
Yeah.
We need some more hobbies. I feel like hobbies are the key to longevity.
Like, well, what other things?
I would love a horse.
You would?
I would love a horse.
I'm scared of horses.
They're very powerful and they're moody. They're moody as all hell. I've almost died on a couple of them because they're so moody.
Yeah, that scares me. The almost death scares me. I have a cousin who like used to ride horses and she fucked up her teeth when she was little. Had like a bunch of fake teeth here.
What happened? Did she get bucked?
She got bucked, yeah. And then ever since then, I'm like, I think I'm good on horses.
It's a little dangerous. It can be dangerous, but it is so
like
fun.
Sweet, beautiful animals.
They're so majestic.
I'm scared to go on them, though.
That's smart.
Yeah, they are majestic.
I don't understand people who do things.
I would like to bottle feed a small like animal.
Like a goat?
That's something.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, something like that. I did this thing with Kim in Texas. It was the Exotic Wild Park. And we thought we were just going to be like, feeding a couple deer. But it was like zebras. It was elks. It was bison. It was the craziest experience.
It was Joe Rogan's front yard.
It was too much. It was too much. Like, it felt like too Texas. Like, it felt like there should have been some regulation. Like, did we need to sign anything? There was no instruction. They're just like, drive through the animal park. And the animals are just charging you because they're all hungry. And there's so many of them. And there's camels. And it was like magical and also terrifying. Like there was this emu that got pissed off at us.
Not an angry emu.
It had like devilish eyes and it was like looking at us for more food. And neither of us wanted to feed it because it snapped when it took it out of your hands. Yeah. So
there's one thing I don't trust, and that's a giant flightless bird. That looks like it's from the B pages of Jim Henson's drawings.
It does.
I don't want any part.
With the red eyes. That's the one that.
No. That thing looks like a Skeksis from Dark Crystal.
It does. It looks exactly like a.
I'm not messing with that.
No, I know.
Also, doesn't Texas have like the most number of like privately owned wildlife?
I don't know. I mean, there was a giraffe. There was zebras. It was crazy.
Tigers and gators in Texas.
It was crazy. Like I was expecting that we were just going to feed, like maybe a pig. I wasn't expecting to see zebras.
The Sahara, just the open Serengeti.
A camel. Like charging the car, it's scary. A hungry camel charging your car is scary.
It's also like
We were screaming. We're like, this is the emu. Get it away from me. It's disgusting. Like, the whole experience was wild.
it's a genius way, if you think about it, for someone like me who wants animals to just set something up. Texas is probably the best bet. Like, you have no rights for your womb, but you can have zebras in your yard,
Yeah.
which totally tracks. I want to set up a safari park, and then I can have my animals and just make people pay to take care of. Like, you basically, everyone else is taking care of your animals. They're feeding them.
Yes.
So you get to enjoy the animals while just all these people come and feed them.
For you.
Yeah, it sounds great. Texas is great.
That's actually genius.
No rules.
The animals, though.
Even just
Let
the
me tell
regular
you,
animals
you
in
gotta
Texas.
feed a bison before you kick the bucket.
White people love going up to bison.
There's something about feeding a bison that has they have these long tongues. They're really cute. It's like I don't
staying
know.
away.
That doesn't sound fun to you.
I just don't understand.
Hand feeding a bison.
Flat palming? No. I the smell from them alone, I'm like,
You need to have a moist towelette ready for after, or Purell, which I didn't know.
or maybe it's like a hot flame.
Yeah.
Just open
Yeah.
fire.
An open fire.
I feel like a bison, anything that's that big, I don't need to be near because a sneeze could really ruin my life.
Yeah.
Like, what if you're feeding a bison and some woman's holding a baby and it sneezes and it scares a bison and then I get head bunted and then I die because of this baby's sneeze? Now I'm coming back as a ghost to haunt this baby for the rest of its fucking life.
No.
Yeah, for sure.
All because of the bison?
Yeah, because of the sneeze. You couldn't hold it in?
No.
Figure it out. Like,
That's crazy.
figure it out. I'd also haunt the mom. I'll haunt them both.
You'll hunt them. Do you think you would like to be a ghost?
I think it'd be a great ghost.
You would?
I think I would.
I think it'd be funny.
I think I'd go around causing problems and solving them at the same time.
You would?
Yeah. For sure. Gotta have some fun.
Like take someone's sunglasses off and put them on their head. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what kind of ghost games
what kind of
do
ghost
you have in
games?
mind?
I think I would start slow like all the movies do. Maybe something like that where you feel like it was just a lapse in your memory. And then maybe paint something on a mirror.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You're painting on the mirror.
I'm painting on the
dude?
mirror. I'm playing a full Beetlejuice.
Whoa. What are you
Yes.
painting?
Die, bitch, die.
No.
For sure.
You're a scary ghost.
You know, this is what my sister's going to get.
I thought that you were going to be like a sweet ghost, like a fun ghost.
Farting.
Like a comedic ghost.
I would fart.
Can you fart as a ghost and then it's smelled in this dimension?
That's a science question for Neil deGrasse. We need Neil deGrasse. Is it deGrasse or deGrasse?
No.
deGrasse?
Yeah.
deGrasse.
And we know who you're talking about,
Yeah.
Neil.
He could tell us about the fart cosmos.
The fart cosmos. Dude,
Yeah.
I don't think I would be a mean ghost.
No,
Maybe I would be. I feel like I would haunt I wouldn't like it if someone was in my space after I was gone.
have you ever seen the movie A Ghost Story?
No.
That movie will haunt you for the rest of your
like,
life.
this is my fucking
It's kind of what that's about.
really?
Yes.
I'm like, this is my closet, bitch.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? Then I could see myself being a little mean.
Yeah, then you start taking clothes and wearing them because we know how much you love clothes.
I'm wearing in the afterlife.
Yeah.
I'm just.
How does that work? Can ghosts take clothes and bring them to the afterlife?
I don't know. That's also another question for Neil.
We need to figure this out. We need the lady
Well,
from
do they
Insidious.
have any usage for them, in the afterlife?
Well, here's a question because there's people who have this thing called phantom philia,
Okay.
where they are in love with making love to ghosts.
Okay.
And they believe that they have been made love to by ghosts.
Yeah.
How do you, if you're not necessarily taking up matter and space, how do you also have a heart on? Like, how are you getting boned by a ghost if... Like, are you able as a ghost to harness material
dick?
energy and then
Yeah.
you put it just into your
Maybe.
peen?
Maybe.
Right, and then you're able to
So if you have a ghost that really likes a scarf,
right,
they could harvest enough energy just
To-
to be
to hold the scarf
and nothing else.
and that's it. And you're like, I'm here I'm putting all my energy for this scarf.
Yeah.
But one time I fell asleep and it did feel like there was a ghost in me, but I think it was probably just a dream.
Really?
Yeah, it felt like I got thrusted by a ghost peen.
No.
Yeah. and it thrusted me awake.
It thrusted you awake?
Yeah.
A ghost dick?
A ghost dick.
Where were you?
In a hotel.
What hotel?
What did the light sound like?
The light was like tick 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 tick. Have you ever had like any weird experience like that? Like a ghost trying to fuck you?
No, I don't have any experience of ghosts trying to fuck me, but like I did one time at the Comedy Store, the refrigerator opened and closed by itself.
What? Where? In the
In the kitchen. Yeah.
This place definitely has some energy.
Yeah, for sure.
I was here like last week or the week before, and I was like, I felt like I saw someone come into my periphery, and I was like in a room where there weren't a lot of people, and I was like, yeah, like I like said something to the thing. I was like, what?
That's crazy.
This place is strange for sure.
This place is strange.
Yeah, there's some energy there.
But so wait, what hotel was it?
I don't remember.
Did the hotel feel haunted?
No, it was like a Holiday Inn. It wasn't even like a haunty one. It wasn't even like a fun, like charming,
like bed and breakfast.
Yeah, whenever they say
in the
charming,
middle of nowhere.
It's haunted.
Yeah.
If it's charming or historic, you're going to be haunted.
Charming or historic.
Yeah, that's just
that makes sense
for sure. You're not going to get haunted at the Hampton Inn, maybe by the sadness of some divorced dad, the ghost of his marriage, but not like a real ghost.
The ghost of so many men's marriages, the dude at a Hampton Inn.
Yeah. Extend a stay?
Oh.
Residence Inn?
Sad.
You ever stay in one of those?
I probably.
God, no wonder there's such a mental health epidemic with men. We got to make these Hampton Inns better for them if they get divorced.
Dude, it's so crazy.
You know, it's a lot easier for a woman like in the tail end of her life if she's done with men to just become a lesbian. I feel like men don't come to that decision as easily. So then they go and they're alone in a residence inn in Sacramento, California.
Oh, that's so dark. But there's a bar.
There's a bar. Breakfast.
We got happy hour at 5, baby. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Take care of yourself.
At least my old wife isn't fucking on my ass here. You know what I mean?
Check in on your friends.
They're having fun. I like to think of it as being like, hell yeah, man. And Doreen's not telling me what to
Doreen.
do. Yeah.
Not Doreen.
Not Doreen's off my ass. I can drink at 5 now. It's great here.
My grandma's name was Doris, and my grandpa Mike, he was a liquor salesman and a piano player. He had 2 families at once.
He did?
Mm-hmm. With Doris, he had like 6 kids. And then with my grandma, he had 3 kids.
No.
He had 2 families at once.
No.
And guess who broke the news to the families?
Who?
My mom.
How'd she find out?
Because my dad was so stressed and miserable about it because he knew since he was a kid.
Yeah, because he had to take care of 9 kids.
He had to have the burden of it. And my mom was like, I can't deal with this anymore. We need to tell the family. And then they were all mad at my mom.
Well, like, you want to just pretend like everything's honky-dory? Sorry for telling you the truth.
Yeah, people would much rather
Shoot the messenger.
live and shoot the messenger and live in misery in lies than have a little bit of pain and freedom in the truth.
Well, wouldn't you want to know your other siblings too?
Yeah. And then everything sort of like chilled out. And then I had 45 first cousins.
No.
Yeah. We counted them all one day.
When you met them, did they look like your mom?
Well, it was my dad's side. Yeah, they're all a bunch of guineas. Just a bunch of guineas.
That's so wild.
Yeah. 45 first cousins.
45 first cousins?
Yeah, one of them called himself Diamond Dave.
Why?
Because he thought he was a diamond. Yeah.
Diamond Dave?
Yeah, he always smelled like Kmart cologne and had some young Puerto Rican girlfriend all the time.
Really?
Had no money, but he walked around like he had all the money.
Dude, that's awesome.
A real guinea.
Diamond Dave.
Yeah, it's more like Diamond because he's dead. God rest his soul. God rest his soul.
Oh my God. Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's our pod.
Is that our pod on Diamond Dave?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Dave. Hope you're okay. Hope his ghost doesn't come by. His ghost would steal everything.
Really?
Yeah, he used to steal everything all the time.
He did. He got a shout out on the pod.
He stole everything all the time. He was a bad egg. He was adopted though.
He was.
Yeah. I love that I'm just dishing out the family dirt at the end of the pod.
He was adopted.
Yeah. Adopted Diamond Dave.
Adopted Diamond Dave.
Yeah, he used to take my dad to Vegas. Well, my dad would take him to Vegas, and My dad would come back broke because Diamond Dave would take all of his money and go
No,
gambling. Yes.
no.
Yes. So RIP to both of them. I hope they're gambling in heaven.
They for sure are gambling in
Yes.
heaven.
Oh,
dude.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy, though.
I know.
We don't have a Diamond Dave in the Weinshenk family.
You don't?
No.
You don't have anybody who like black
we
sheep?
had a character. We have my grandma's second husband, Jack. He was like, he wasn't really grandpa. He just was Jack.
Yep.
And he would, he sold fake designer handbags to people. Like downtown, like he would walk into like nail salons.
Shut up.
I swear to God, he'd walk into nail salons where like Jewish women would just be like getting their nails done and be like, does anyone want a Louis Vuitton? This is like a fake Kate Spade. Like at the time that was like, and that's what he would do. And he would always come over and pop open his trunk and there'd just be all these like fake designer handbags.
That sounds cinematic.
And he had like a cane and a lot of wild rings and he just would watch Seinfeld. And he had indigestion problems.
Of course he did.
So like
in that era, when you have bourbon for lunch,
yeah,
there's always
dude,
indigestion.
It has indigestion and he's selling these handbags. It was a lot.
We need to celebrate grandmas having second husbands more often.
Yeah,
That's a vibe.
Grandma had a second husband.
That's a vibe. My grandma had a second husband too, named Jim, with a motorcycle.
He had a motorcycle?
Yeah, she used to go out on Friday nights dancing with him.
On his motorcycle?
Yeah, when she was like 70.
No.
They were in love. They go out dancing. Just my hussy grandma on the back of a hog.
No.
70. She had a jacket. They had matching jackets.
That's cool.
She got married in like her late 60s.
She did?
Yeah, that's why all these like 30-year-old girls that are like crying.
Yeah. My grandma got a facelift in her 80s. At that point.
Where'd they put all the other skin?
I don't know.
Wow.
What's the point?
Well,
a facelift at 80?
I feel like, there's a market for it. There's a market for it.
Well, Marilyn wanted it and she got it.
That's a lot of like loose skin to deal with.
Yeah,
I feel like you're better off kind of chipping away as you go.
Yeah, instead of just waiting.
Yeah, kind of like a house. You do small repairs here and there. You don't like take down the whole house. You just get a new house at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, she got it.
I might get a peen at 80.
Just fuck it.
Get sexual reconstructive surgery then.
Just mix it up.
Mix it up.
Die as a man.
In the produce department with a peen. Fully erect. Through my moo-moo. Being like, are the kumquats on sale this week?
I love that for you.
Thank you. I hope you're still my friend at that point.
I will be
I
your
hope
friend.
you're not a ghost by then.
I won't be.
The sweetest ghost ever. You would be a sweet ghost.
I would be like, you guys are being too mean.
Guys, stop being so mean to the living. I'm like, they have everything we need.
Yeah.
Shut up and start sucking out their life force.
Except I'd be like, is that bitch wearing my shirt? Is she standing in my bedroom?
Is she in my bed?
Yeah. Is she
lost
doing
everything.
her mirror face in my mirror?
You guys have to watch A Ghost Story. It's
a
with
ghost
Casey Affleck. It'll
is
trip
it?
you up.
It's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie. It'll trip you up. You're welcome.
Well, where can people find you?
They can find me at any TJ Maxx or Marshalls on the weekends on a very strong edible.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm also jessimae.com for tickets. Are you in Moon Tower this year?
I'm not a
Moon Tower in Austin. I have a bunch of dates. I'm going to be in Syracuse and other cities I can't remember, jessimae.com.
Hell yeah.
And a portion of ticket sales go towards the Alzheimer's Association and Hilarity for Charity.
Awesome.
Those are both Alzheimer's foundations
Cool.
that bring a lot of awareness. Hilarity for Charity's Seth Rogen and Lauren Rogen's foundation. They raise funds for families that are dealing with the disease because it's very expensive.
That's awesome.
So that's a really cool thing. So whenever you support me, you are supporting those causes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I have a new podcast coming out called Dying Laughing with Jessimae, where I make light of grief, all forms of grief.
Cool.
And I have Stamos on it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
find me there.
Final form.
And
You
Sharp
got-
Tongue is a podcast now.
I love that you had Stamos on the pod.
My dream has come true. Like anything can happen.
That is your dream. I did see that and I was like, anything can happen.
A bus can hit me. Like I'm walking out in front of buses now. I'm like, come, bring it on. We're
Fuck
good.
it. Fuck
Fuck
it.
it. You know,
Fuck it,
man.
man. I'm
I'm
ready to
over
be a
here
ghost.
manifesting like a mofo.
Yeah, dude.
Manifestation's real.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys can find me here every Wednesday on Shenk. I am coming to Brea and I'm coming to Oxnard and San Diego with Kim Congdon May 14th, 15th, 16th. Get tickets and then check out my new show, Shenk on the Street. That'll be on my YouTube as well. I think it's out now. It should be, right, Xavier?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it just came out on Monday.
It actually just came out on Monday, so go check that out as well. And patreon.com/Sara Weinshenk for bonus content. And we'll see you next week.
Yay!
Thank you. Bye.
That was so fast.